Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Tuesday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device with none of my brain tied behind my back because I need every single brain cell front and center just to keep up with you guys. Good to see all of you here. Dean R. is here. Tony Erickson is with us tonight. Tony, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Always cheers me up to see you. I hope you're doing great. We missed you, buddy. I hope you're feeling better. And Jeff Johnson is here. Nesmaniac. Nan Double X is here. Good to see all of you guys with us tonight. Michael K is here. He was actually first tonight in the broadcast. Appreciate you. As we're now seeing silver do some pretty amazing things. Yes, indeed. Up to all-time highs today. And we're going to keep an eye on it and keep track of it and see what happens. Well, we're not going to track price as much tonight. We're going to basically answer your comments and because what we're going to do here tonight and take some scammers. Some scammers going to be calling us. I got a blast from the past earlier today. Yes, I did. From, wait for it, Molecule. That's right, Molecule. Some of you may remember Molecule. This is the second handoff of the Molecule. The original Molecule I don't think works at the loan scam company anymore, but the second one does. And the second Molecule called me and says, yeah, remember he mean Molecule from 2018. That's how far we've had the Molecule thing. He said that name stuck, so he's been using it. So there it is. All right. Very good. And nice. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Oh, man. America First is here with a report. Some of you may remember he had a low platelet count. He's had 4 transfusions and 4 rounds of immunotherapy. I wonder what's wrong. He's still in critical condition, but he's still kicking. Hang in there, my friend. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I wonder what was wrong. That's crazy. But hang in there. We're praying for you, brother. Just that's tough. That's very, very strange. Low platelet count. All right. Peapod, that's Pamela Rice, says here, this is pretty intriguing. My gold wedding band cost $35 in 1997. I've marked my calendar for the end of March, detonation day. There you go. Yeah, wow, $35 in 1997. That gives you some perspective as to how much gold is gold has gone up since then. Immune system went rogue. So it sounds like the immune system is attacking your blood. I hope that doesn't. Yeah, that's crazy. And they don't know a cause of it, but that's what's wild, man. Clipper Chick is here. Good to see you. Welcome. And let's see here. Thanks, Sal. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate you, brother. Some of these we're going to go through relatively quickly if they're just one-word things, but we appreciate if you hype the videos. I think you can just do it on your mobile device, but I appreciate those who do that. That does help. And Diamond Fist, $58. Exactly right. That's where it stands now. It is something else for sure. 63 to 65 by the end of the week, says Into Stacking. We shall see. If it keeps going like it's going now, I would not be surprised if we saw $60. All right. Diamond Fist, that's right. Jay Krause, Diamond Fist. More so than ever before. We need to have it. All right, let's see here. Thank you for that, Matt Bittner. Let's get over here to this, to the moon. All right, well, I don't think that's going to go to the moon unless there's a space travel that's there, and that will happen. 120-ish by Christmas. No, I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, I'll be willing to bet money that's not going to happen. Expat says, futures went over $60 today, further out on the majorities. Wow, I did not know that. I didn't track futures today. Tony Erickson, man, very kind of you, brother. He just gifted 5 Salivate Metal memberships across the bow. If you receive one of those, give him a warm thank you. And that means we do 5 push-ups. Let me slurp some coffee first, but thank you, my friend. Look at that. All right. Let's do 5 push-ups. Very kind of you. Here we go. For Tony Erickson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I doubled them up. That's the least I can do. Double them up for Tony. Very nice. Oh, whoa. 5 more from Michael K. 5 more Salivate Metal memberships from Michael K. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, brother. Wow. Very, very cool. And let me drop and give you 5 for that. Thank you, my friend. Here we go. And then we'll get into more of these comments. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Getting the blood flowing tonight. Yes, indeed. Good to see Silver Wolverine is here. And let's see here. Let's peruse our way through here. Yeah, look at that. Let's see how many viewers we've got. We got a good crowd with us tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. Wicked Sticky Flower, silver at new highs. You see that every day. That's right, because we've been seeing highs almost every day. We saw it happen 12 times on Sunday night. It was something else. Crazy, crazy. Jake Thomas says here, so who is buying? Massive gold supply, huge retail selling, government, central banks, industries. Yeah, for gold, mostly central banks are buying, but there's a lot of people in India and China that are buying as well. Indeed they are. They are buying. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Michael K. It was a wild crowd. I'm not sure if that's a record or not, but it may have been close to a record for the crowd we had on Sunday night. It's crazy. All right. I was so honored that you guys joined me. There's J.M. Unleashed. He's here with us tonight. Good to see J.M. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Anarchist Greg. Data centers with solar panels require 300 tons each. Whoa. That seems like a lot. I guess it depends how big the data centers are and how many solar panels are on there. But Ardell with a diamond fist algorithm. Thank you. Appreciate you using those emoticons for that too. That's awesome. Steve C is here. Happy Tuesday to you. C. Phipps here, 1969, wants to weigh in on this video about the market report that we saw yesterday. Funny that I voted on the under for the last few weeks on your Sunday poll prediction for the next week. I keep getting it wrong. Will my losing streak continue this week? Yeah, we shall see, C. Phipps. It'll be very interesting, too, to see if it gets to $60. The vast majority thought it would, and you voted against it, and it very well could be wrong. But you know what, C. Phipps? I've been voting like you have. My opinion, I can't vote in my own polls, but I've been with you, and I've been wrong, too, the last couple of weeks. So there you go. Man, it's just something. Carrie Tarrant, not far to go for $60. I think it will happen before the end of the year. It's possible. It is quite possible these days. It very well could. FM, appreciate your hard work. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you watching. Very kind of you. Very much appreciated. All right, for gold, 5,280 times this time next year. Okay. We shall see if it happens. We shall see. All right, let's see here. We've got Bill Button. Sal Gold is a female. Silver is her little brother. This is a centuries old, I thought. I didn't know that there was genders. I guess there can be genders applied to gold and silver. Very well could be. All right, Bill 457 is here. By the way, Bill 457, that was a 2020 Gold Eagle, not a 2026. The 2026 American coins won't come out until 2026. They're one of the few countries that does not release early the dates for the successive year. All right, glad you guys are here as we peruse our way through. A bet on white. Okay, Shane Applegate. All right. I'm not sure what that means, but White Hearts, maybe. White Heart is a great band from the 80s and 90s. Give me a hoo-yah if you know who White Heart is, or was. Billy Smiley is one of the members of White Heart. I bet you nobody in this live chat knows who that is, or in watching in the afterplay. I'd be very surprised if anybody knew who Billy Smiley is or who White Heart is. 90% junk silver. Investors who borrow Japanese yen to buy assets like U.S. stocks and Bitcoin might rush to reverse those trades. Crypto big loser last few days. Silver and gold, better choice, I think. Yeah, it's been quite a turnaround, that's for sure. It's been pretty amazing. Has been pretty amazing. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see here. We got silver something. I don't know, man. At these prices, I'd feel better buying a gram of gold for 140 than $60 plus for an ounce of silver. Yeah, I know, because it seems like it's an overheated market. I talked about that in today's video, but yeah, I can understand that feeling too. Yes, indeed. All right. Nice. There you go, Brian. Good job. Let's see here. Greg Ziegler says, I really think 90% silver is the way to go right now. If there's a pullback to 48 again, there are many who paid 66.23 for a random year eagle will be upset. Meanwhile, the person who bought the 90% won't see as much loss. That's true. And I do think that, it's going to have to be a massive shift in the market too, because as the price goes up, there's going to be more selling. My local coin shop, I talked about that in this afternoon's video, but yes, indeed. Yeah, not white snake. We're talking about white heart here. AKF F320 says he knows who White Heart is. Cool, awesome. All right. And you didn't Google it, right? You actually knew who they were. That's good. That's good. All right. Good to see Carrie Taryn. And let's see here. We've got Willie Spencer with some algorithmic emoticons, smiley faces, and a wow face. That's great. Richard Metcalf, just a reminder, be prepared for a pullback and take advantage of it. That's right. And it may be a big one. Honestly, I'm somewhat ready for it to. I'm almost to the point where I think that if we could see a massive crushing of the price. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but I would not be surprised if it happened. All right, there you go. Very good. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Start enjoying some coffee here while I get to the next comment. Just waiting for the scammers to start calling us. Molecule Part 2 may call us soon. He says he was going to do it. We'll see. Why, Rodriguez, don't you think it's going up too fast and it might go down faster? It very well could. It is going up very, very fast. And what goes up will fall hard. Yes, indeed, or it could fall hard. Congratulations, JC Stacking, picking up some Morgans at spot. All right. Now, I haven't had time. I honestly, literally have been so busy today. I've not had a chance, and I mentioned. Can somebody tell me if $18.50 is a decent price for 5 Mercury dimes? Can somebody tell me if that's a good price, or if it's under spot or above spot? I haven't had a chance to look. Maybe one of you guys can look for me. Yeah, revalue PMs. Yeah, and I've not heard anything about that lately. There is some legislation that's been floating around to that effect, but I don't know that there's been any movement on it, but we'll track it here. If I hear anything about it, I'll report on it. Breakout confirmed. We are going to the moon. Yep, I would not necessarily be so sure. I'm thinking somewhere along the line, this top out is something that's going to have to top out and come back down. I don't know when that's going to be. We may be going more higher, much higher. We'll see. We shall see. But do not get discouraged if that does happen. We're in uncharted territory for sure. Hypersonic bullion. Do Franklin proof MS halves count? Picked up me rolled this morning, darn near blinded me when I opened the tube. Nice. No, that counts as especially if you got them for a closest spot. That does count. Yes, indeed. Oh yeah. Let us do this. Let's move up here and see what we've got. We're 1 minute shy of the scammers calling us. We're waiting for them to do it. Donna Kirsch says, here, let me get to this here, pop this in here. While it's realistic, what is a realistic price for something that has been price controlled forever? When the realization that large silver paper contracts without the silver to fill the orders is coming in at a boiling point, As I've stated before, AI technology and military uses, it's going to eventually be another level to have to address with shortages in the near growing future. FOMO will become real for some, and if you figure inflation into the price equation, then $60, $75, $100 is not an unbelievable scale. We'll see by late March or April what direction the world will head to us. Silver is undervalued for all of its applications and properties it's relied on. It will only be harder to get as time goes on. Acquire responsibly. Indeed, we should acquire responsibly. Sage advice for sure, no matter what the price does. Here we go. Got a scammer. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. You were right on the dot.
You said 6:15.
That's for D, short for Denise.
Denise,
Yes, Denise, that's right.
I remember.
I like it. Very cool. The lady who has modeled in the past, but is now was an aspiring actress, but now she's moved into the financial world.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Nice. How's life been treating you? You say I think you were not in a turkey coma when we spoke last, but you were still feeling the effects of the great meal that we enjoyed, but not together. We were in separate locations. Because I had no idea you existed on Thanksgiving Day, and I thought to myself, I'm hoping by the beginning of next week I get to talk to a lovely lady that will describe the two different dishes that she had from her son-in-law and the wait a minute.
You have an amazing memory.
Well,
sure.
It's hard to forget lovely ladies like you.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Well,
I really do.
No problem.
So let's see if we can get you some funding.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I would very interested in getting some funding because I have an idea that I want to do that actually revolves around Thanksgiving. I got to use this one again because it's the only thing that comes to mind. And that is this idea of being able to be we want to have a sterile environment when we prepare our meals, right?
Yes.
And so when we do that, sometimes the sterile environment must expand into the products that we eat. In other words, and I'm building this up to a great crescendo, so bear with me here. So there's things we inject in our foods from time to time. And your mind can wander all over the place with that. Don't get into a naughty state of mind, but I'm talking about, there's people that put things in food like chemicals and things like that. Well, I'm going to be doing the same thing with turkey when you baste it. A turkey baster, you put a turkey baster in there, you're injecting stuff in there, but we're going to put silver infused turkey basters. That's what we want to create so that we keep everything clean because silver is an antimicrobial. So we want to powder coat turkey basters with silver.
Nice.
And so I'm hoping that if we get this thing to take off by next Thanksgiving, it's going to be a home run. We're going to hear ads. We're going to have Katy Perry up doing concerts, and she's going to be going all the way. We want to hire all the great female pop stars to market this thing. So we need money for that, and we need to send them. And we want them to go and show the turkey basters and maybe a bar of silver. I would love to see Taylor Swift, husking around a contract-sized silver bar on stage while singing, 7 of her greatest hits.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you think she could do that? Do you think she could hold a 72-pound bar while dancing around and singing about what is her big hit? What is that one? Dang it. I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. The one that I can't get out of my head. That one. Whatever song that is. Anyways, yeah. If you asked me to mention the Pantera song or Avenged Sevenfold or Malevolent Creation, I could probably do it, but I can't quite get it with that. But Lady Gaga, we could get Lady Gaga. I know she would be on board with it.
Yeah.
And Serena Williams, too. Wait a minute, she's not a pop star, is she?
No.
She's more into the tennis, I think, right?
The tennis girl.
And her twin sister, what's her name? Vanessa? Starts with a V, right?
Venus.
Venus. Yeah, Venus. We can have both of them do it together in an ad. Or you could model it. Yeah, I could hire you as the model for this thing.
No, we gotta let the other ones do it.
Well, maybe that's forget about all the pop stars. Let's just get you to model it for us. Imagine this. We have Denise in a scantily clad bikini holding. We'll just give you a 10-ounce bar of silver because 72 pounds might be you might glow instead of sweat while holding it. And
Okay.
and then you have the turkey baster in one hand, a 10-ounce silver bar in the other hand, maybe an old school Engelhard, maybe perhaps I don't know. Would you like a Johnson Mathey 10-ounce bar? You pick the brand. We'll pick whatever brand you want, and then you just strut around on down not the highway, but those little runway things that the ladies walk down when they're modeling.
Uh-huh.
And then you can say, "This is the bomb. This turkey baster you're gonna be so clean. It's gonna be so effective. People are gonna love it." We have to think of a catchphrase though for it, and I'll let you. What do you think would be a good hook for this thing?
Let me see.
I'm thinking too. Maybe may your turkey baster shine. Because silver shines, right?
Uh-huh.
That's an idea. Or we could, I don't know, we could have a bunch of crickets chirping. No, that wouldn't send the wrong message because that would be bored of it. We want to make this thing exciting. We want to be able to market this thing perfectly.
I'm sure some of these young social media influencers would really take off with it.
Yeah, they sure would. I think they would. These young whippersnappers these days, they could do it. We could just pay some of them to do it on the old Snapchatty.
Right, and come up with some catchphrases for you.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need some catchphrases. Yeah, I think that would be good. And I think that, yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at. We want to get these things rolling. We got all the equipment to powder coat these things, and we've done all the science. We've done all the research on it. We just need to get the marketing, and we also need to procure the silver. I don't know if you watch the silver markets lately, Dee, but silver's gone through the roof. It's at an all-time high.
Saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that yesterday.
It's insane in the membrane. Oh, here's a phrase. Be a master of cooking your turkey with a powder-coated master baster.
Okay.
That's got something to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I would say that I came up with that on my own, but I used the new AI model that's been built. It's called the JMAI. It's a new, it's a new proprietary artificial intelligence.
I like that one.
Yeah, but I kind of like that one. But we can think of others. We can think of other catchphrases too, and yeah. So I think that would be a fun little way. But yeah, this effort I think is going to be great. We can market this thing. We're going to get it through, and then we'll have to come up with a theme song.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, do you know how to sing?
My kids are singers.
Your kid? Well, maybe we could recruit your children to sing for us.
Yeah, our kids are singers. My son is a music major. Actually, he got his undergrad in music.
Now, is he a baritone? Is he a tenor? Is he a...
He's a tenor.
He's a tenor. Nice. I'm a tenor. You probably didn't know this, Dee, but I am myself a tenor. I sing so well, I have to go 10 or 12 miles down the road in order for people to put up with me singing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad singer. But anyways, very good. All right. Let's do this. We'll think of a song, but call me back on Friday, okay? Friday at the same time. And we'll think of a song and a tune, and we'll try to work something together. Will that work?
Yeah, so we can get to my part.
Yeah, we'll get to your part then. Yeah. That'll be great. All right.
Okay.
You're awesome, D. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you on Friday at 6:15, okay?
All right.
You take care. Have a good evening.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. God bless her. She's nice, but thank you, Zillion Badillion, for the 10 spot. He's now a good time to trade silver for gold. Say for over 5 years, gold to silver ratio. I would say the gold to silver ratio has narrowed to under 72 last time I checked. But it would be sort of a gamble because most places you will not be able to make that trade and at that rate. Most local coin shops are not going to take your silver and trade it right for gold because they're inundated with silver right now. So I'm inclined to say no to that. But thank you so much for that question, Zillion Badillion, and thank you for your super chat. And when I'm in the midst of a scam call, if the momentum's going, it's hard for me to say thanks to those who super chat. But I want to thank Uriah Kaiser as well for the super chat. He gave me the quote, "It's 2110 melt for this dime." So I got him for 1850. So I did well. Thank you so much, my friend. They're pretty well uncirculated. So thank you for letting me know that. Uriah Kaiser, and good to see you. And thanks for dropping a link to his website as well. You guys are awesome. Let me do 15 push-ups for you. For those of you who are new here, I do a push-up or exercise for every dollar donated via Super Chat, and 2 for every dollar donated via PayPal, friends, and family. Here we go. 15 push-ups. Here we go. Make it happen. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, there we go. And nice. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it so much. Whew. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see. Anyways, so yeah, FOMO will become real. We don't want that. We got to acquire responsibly. Good advice for Dana. All right, let's see here. We got the Cruchinator says, "I'm half expecting a rug pull at this stage of the game." Yeah, you're not alone. I am too. It's gone up so fast and so quick, and by so much. It is just I'm waiting for anything I don't want to be negative, but I'd say let's be prepared for it. Thank you, Sean. Yes, Diamond Fist Crew. That's who's with us here. We got the Diamond Fist Crew. Exactly right. All right. Okay, thank you, Tony Erickson. Thank you, brother. Man, I know it's tough for you to have to be here with the pain, but I pray that it subsides. You deserve relief. Hang in there, brother. I hate what you're going through, my friend. Thank you so much. Tony Erickson, have a good night, brother. All right. And let's see here. Yeah, Sugar High Liquor. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I need to even remember. I can't even remember the chords to it anymore. But yeah, it was a fun time. All right, that song, when I parodied, that song you never hear anymore. It just kind of went off the radar, didn't it? It went off the radar. All right. Daniel Lensberg says this here. With available silver becoming less and less, the price will continue to rise. I think low to mid 60s by next Friday, and then a possible pullback on the next morning of $58 to $60. Okay. Could be possible. Could be possible. It sounds realistic. Sounds like we could see that. All right. Angel Eyes made it. Good to see you. Thank you, Angel Eyes. We have got this. Danny, silver reveal the corruption once it skyrockets. All right. Well, we'll still see. And there's got to be a point where you're going to squeeze out all the shorts with this. And if the higher it goes and longer it stays above 50, we can celebrate for sure. Because they're going to have to recalibrate to try to prevent it from moving much higher. But it already is. 60 is the next number to watch here. Shama, I can't stop licking my silver. It's going to change flavor. I just know it. Yes. Silver. Man, I tell you what. It never changes flavor. It will be consistent throughout. It's not just a flavor of the week. It's a flavor of a lifetime. North Star Stacker is here. Check out North Star Stacker's channel. He did a great video on some platinum he got for a steal. Oh, yeah. check his video out for that. And Jay Dubal says, adding platinum, palladium, and platinum now, holding all my silver. Okay, there you go. Yep, I like a little bit of platinum and palladium in the stack as well. Added some myself this year. One piece that I got for a really good price, but still with a premium considering it's limited mintage. Palladium's price has moved way above the price I paid, which means I now have it for under spot price. It's crazy. We are expecting Molecule to call us, but he has not done it yet. Son of a motherless goat. Molecule Part 2 is on here. All right. Thank you, JM Unleashed, for posting a link to North Star Stacker. Tony Roma, here's $1 million question. When the next silver dip happens, which is going to how low are we going? $50? Well, $50 seems like it could be the next support level. We've gone, I mean, shoot, it might be, we're a week and a half solid into maintaining above $50 an ounce. I don't know how many days it will take in order to solidify that, but every single day that we stay above that, I think it means that we are there. We are there. All right. Oh, visual intro also is your intro riff played by you. Yes, it is played by me. And, yeah, these old intros are on some of the older videos, but I've kind of kept with this one. People kind of like this one. That's why we stuck with it for the last 5 years. Uriah Kaiser, wow, says, I'd like to send you some of my branded Drip Vault coffee for you to try. Let me know. I'm excited to see where silver and gold next week. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see where they go. That's cool. Nice. Your own branded Drip Vault. That's exciting, man. Thank you, Uriah Kaiser. Appreciate that. Hit me up on email, and we can discuss there. But let me drop and give you 20. In fact, I'm going to do 20 curls. I've not done curls in a while, so let me do those. I haven't done these in so long. I was going to upgrade my weight here to 25 pounds, but here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And here comes a scammer right on the tail end of that. Here we go. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening. I'm Lucy from Healthcare. Medicare's 2026 enrollment is offering extra benefits like wellness care, groceries, gas, and cash backs up to $200. You do have Medicare Parts A and B, right?
Right. Right. I do.
Hey, can you hear me?
I do.
Perfect. You are eligible for the benefits. Let me forward you to the benefits specialist. Please stay on the line.
I hate these automated voice things. Hopefully they'll go through.
Please stay on the line and you'll be
transferred to the next
available agent.
Wait for it to connect here. There we go. All right, silver. Hello?
Thank you so much for speaking on the line. This is Mark. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. This call is about additional benefits in your Medicare, and my goal is just to make sure you are not missing any of its benefits. I can see you have Medicare Part A and B both active, right?
They are very active, and I just did some curls, so I'm active too.
I'm talking to Mark.
This is Jim Miller's.
All right.
What's your name?
How old are you?
What's your name? I'm 67. Hello? Hung up on me. The Gandu. All right, silver. There we go. Silver rocket to the moon. And we've got Glenn King says, I know a ton of people over the years that are shocked when they realize the paper they hold isn't actual ounces. They don't read the fine print. Yep, indeed, that's right. They don't read the fine. But you know, and the thing is here's the thing that's even more amazing is that these people that buy paper variations of anything, they don't really want the item. A lot of those people, they think it's a hassle to hold physical metals. So it's crazy. But anyways, yeah, it's so weird. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. We got JDC. The government has now stepped in. These paper and silver scammers are losing their rear ends. The powers that be will not allow us to get the monies we deserve. Indeed, that's right. They sure won't. But the thing is when we hold silver in our possession, we void all of that. There's so many different risks. There's counterparty risk to everything. I prefer single party risk to counterparty risks. And we've got David Monte Cristo. What is hard to understand is how the price is now matching what it was in 1980. This really means that it's very cheap when taking consideration dollar debasement. Very strange. Something artificial is at play. Actually, you're thinking the opposite way. The price now, even though it's like $8 above the record price in 1980, is still far below the price adjusted for inflation, which is around $216 an ounce. But 1980, really, we should not use 1980 as a benchmark because that was such an unusual time. We're likely never going to see something like that happen again. The silver market's way too complex, and what that situation had created will highly unlikely will ever be recreated. All right, and Matthew Adams, my Salivate 2-ounce silver coin has shipped. Should be here Thursday. Nice, congratulations. If you want one of those, the silver round, this 2-ounce Salivate metal silver round is in stock over at Summit Metals. So if you want one, I think there's about 45 left, less than 50 for sure. I don't have the exact number, but you can order one of those by clicking on the link in the description of this video, this live stream right now. And they are expensive because they had to procure a smaller quantity of them, and so the fees are a little bit higher on those. But that's why they're a little bit more expensive, and that's probably why not as many people are buying them or not. But yes, but so if you want one, this will probably be the end of the Salivate Metal round as it exists in this form, or from Summit Metals. I don't know that you'll be able to get it anywhere else. So there is that. So yeah. All right. Tom Sanders on the video from this morning about or actually this is a video from yesterday. He's watched it this morning. Let's see here. Epic Market Watch. Lots of people, lots of action. Silver should go bare, but I'm feeling different, and I'm going to my LCS after having my 10-ounce RCM delivered yesterday for $523, about $80 to $100 cheaper when you can get one for now. Wow, $57.75 ask now. Yeah, amazing. Wow, amazing indeed. Thank you, Tom Sanders. It was a wild market watch indeed. Let's see here. Yeah, those Costco bars are doing really well. In fact, when I was at my local coin shop, somebody sold 8 of those bars, and they bought them for like $369, and they sold them back. And the thing is they only got like $580 or $550 for them or something like that, because they were inundated with silver and had to buy them for a considerable amount under spot. Crusty White Bread says, Sal, please remind me what your 2025 call for silver was at the beginning of the year. Well, Crusty White Bread, I honestly don't remember because I revised it like 3 times. And but if you go to my channel, Crusty White Bread, and you put in 2025 silver forecast, you will see. Oh man, too much stuff popped up here. I don't know why. Okay, my silver price forecast from 11 months ago. My silver price forecast for 2025 and major announcement. Watch that video. That was my first one. My original forecast. I don't remember what it was, but check that one out. It's called my silver price forecast for 2025 and major announcement. So I hope you'll see this response, crusty white bread, and that will give you the answer. And I've adjusted it since then once it met that price forecast. Frodo Thanos says, I'm good with gold taking a fat dip, then I can ratio trade. All right, there you go. But remember, ratio trading in this market is going to be very risky. It may not be what it seems to be. All right, there you go. Oh, thank you. And Cyber Curtain Twitcher has been very kind. I'm going to pin this if you want. And I'm hoping we get one buyer. We need a whale to buy up the whole lot of them. Just go ahead and just add them all to your cart. And no, I'm kidding. You don't have to do that. Actually, I prefer just one a person, but that's not going to happen. There are some people that have bought 2 or more, but yes, indeed. And I do apologize that they are expensive. Actually, my premium on them is 50 cents per ounce. That's it. I've lowered my premium on those, but anyways, all right. What would you swap gold for? Would you swap gold for American Silver Eagles? No, I would not do it. But that's just me, because I feel like I have enough silver. Probably not as many Silver Eagles as I should have, honestly. I probably need more Silver Eagles, to be honest with you, in terms of my stack. But anyways, I would not trade gold for those. Gallicrow, halfway through the day, I sold 45,000 pounds worth of gold ETCs and immediately bought silver ETCs. The 0.5% hit I took was recovered within a few hours. Wow. All right, so yeah, if you want to do that during using ETCs or ETFs, that's the way to do it, to trade the ratio. In fact, there was a book about that's the best way to do it, is using those swaps. But still, none of it is physical anyway, so in some ways it doesn't matter unless you're betting against one metal or the other. Dean R. 58.50 closed today. Took a hit but fought back. Yes, indeed it did. Thank you so much, Dean R. Appreciate it. Yes, indeed. All right. All right, let's see here. All right. As we slurp this strongly lukewarm coffee here, as we peruse our way through this broadcast and see if we can get yet more responses to some of these comments here, or more comments to respond to, and we will. We've got this from Dreammore777, says, does it really make any difference? No place to go but up. The dollar is dying, trillions in debt. My 2 cents history shows what's next. The greatest depression is now. The worldly depression, like anything we've seen, all known world history, extreme ugly, is on its way. Well, let me stop right there. There is another place to go. There's 2 more places for silver to go: to stay flat or to go down. And the dollar is dying pretty much only in value. And there's a big difference between that and its influence. And his 2 cents is history shows what's next, but the greatest depression is not now. I know it's just your opinion, but the thing is we're not even in a world depression. There are parts of the aspects of the economy that are hurting, but we're not in a depression. We're not even in a recession. I think GDP last time, those numbers were like over 3%. So we're not in but we do have inflation. Anyways, there's a reason being I've been stacking for over 60 years. Prepare for the ugly. Silver, gold, copper, lead, shelter. Whatever you believe is required. All words or something. Limited knowledge got me governmentally flagged. Remain lawful in all you do. Well, yeah, we definitely remain lawful, and stacking is a good advice. Even if the economy doesn't go to where you say it is now, and I hope it doesn't, but it's always a good idea to hold gold and silver no matter what the economy does, no matter what the dollar does. It's a good idea to have gold and silver. We have got Richard Metcalf chiming on this and saying, always cautiously optimistic, Sal. At times like these, I try to remember the lyrics from a Grateful Dead song. When life looks like easy street, there is danger at your door. Yeah, that's right. I saw a documentary on the Grateful Dead. Pretty wild, pretty interesting. It's called the something, The Strange Trip or something like that. It was really good. I'm not a big Grateful Dead fan, but it was, as a musician, it was kind of fascinated me. Let's get over here and let us do this. There's Lulu Lucky is with us. Good to see you. Michael K is still with us tonight. Appreciate Michael. Nesmaniac. What does Nesmaniac have to tell us here? I think Nesmaniac was here. I don't know if he's still with us. Appreciate all you guys joining, by the way. We have 122 likes. Let's see if we can get 7,000 before in the next 15 minutes. Is that possible? Can we do it? Can we make it happen? I'm hearing people are trading gold for silver. Lots of potential in silver. It's been too cheap for far too long, and many are wising up to it. Yes, there is some of that. I would recommend against trading that ratio physically. But yep, there probably are some people doing it now, but we'll see how that plays out. And like I said, most local coin shops are not going to give you that fair trade, especially if they're inundated. But if you're trading gold for silver, you might do better than trading silver for gold at this point. So that's that very well could be the case. All right. All right, we've got Clan Julu. With this says, I recall in recent debate over $4,000 gold and $50 silver, which metal would hit the starters first. Now gold is up 5.1% from $4,000. Silver is up 16.9% from $50. Yeah, interesting ratios. Thank you for that information there. Appreciate that. All right, let's see here. Oh, yeah. There's Crusty White Bread. He's here. Hopefully you heard my response. And NWX is still with us. Appreciate the thumbs up, guys. Aaron says, ratio trades incoming. I feel like Mel Gibson saying, hold. There you go. Hold. All right. Tony Roma says here, people on eBay selling 1 ounce Scottsdale Mint silver bars for $80. You can't make this up. Wow, crazy. Well, in some ways it doesn't surprise me. That the marketplace will work that out. They may get a couple sales, but not many people will do that when they see other places undercutting, selling them closer to spot. Man, but I'm telling you, we're at a point now where you paying $60 plus for an ounce of silver is going to be pretty common. All right. Although I was quoted for an ounce of silver on my local coin shop for slightly under spot. Still couldn't do it. All right, let's see here. 1 ounce government rounds. Yeah, you're going to see more of that stuff play out. Northern Hillbilly, I think it's crazy, Sal. I still think 15 to 1 is crazy, Sal. When SHDF, the people won't accept anything but gold and silver standard. The currency is going bye-bye. That's why the metals are going up. Well, actually, it's not. The currency is still very strong. That's number one. And 15 to 1 is an artificial ratio. For most of U.S. history, that has been pretty much close to the standard. That's a man-created ratio. The mining ratio is another ratio, but the price ratio is really what the market is going to be doing. In an SHTF, who knows what that's going to be? No one can really even predict that, I think. Obviously, it would be probably much closer or much narrower than the 71 to 1 ratio now. But yes, 15 to 1 is crazy. It still is crazy. All right. Michael K. Says here, silver is the metal that will outshine all other metals every time. I can guarantee you this. So hold tight and be bright and keep your end game in sight. I love it, Michael K. That's awesome. You're right. Silver rocks your world. Remember the less fortunate in this Christmas season. Amen, brother. Great comment. You win comment of the day, Michael K. That is awesome. Yes, indeed. Sure is. All right. Very good. Let's see here. A real roller coaster. Yes, it is a roller coaster, but I tell you what, the coaster's still going up at this point with silver. Let's see here. Bob Remersma says this here. Let me get over here. It's only going to get harder to sell any silver but Eagles, and it still takes a truckload of those to buy a new truck. When the price crashes back near 35, there will be a lot of crying. All right, yes, there sure will be. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to go to 35. I'm not confident in that, but I doubt it's going to go that low if we see a major, massive correction. But I would not be surprised. The faster and longer it goes up in a straight line like we've been seeing, $2, $3 moves in one day on a consistent basis, it's got to give. Something's got to give there. But anyways, Bill Soderquist, hit my targets for silver this year. I think I will watch mostly this month and build up my cash reserves for emergencies and also be ready if we get a nice dip. There you go. Yep. Understandable. Definitely understandable. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Brett Law, 99.84. Well, silver is still climbing. I predicted a triple top and falling prices. Overheated. Only thing overheated is your friend's computer in Illinois. Yeah, that's right. All right. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Let's see here. And let's see. Where are we at? Let's get over here to get my computer mouse back. Sullivan round chunky, not just a silver's keepsake. There you go. All right. Yes. Well, you know, I just did. I kind of like maybe undersell it, but yeah, people who like them usually hold them. But I've seen some for sale. People have been resold those things. But yeah, it's tougher to sell them in this market because they got a high premium and the spot price is high. So it's tough. But anyways, all right. We've got this. Silver's up 64% in 6 months, with 19.5% of that in the last month and 9.5% in the last 5 days. Silver's totally annihilating the likes of Bitcoin, Tesla, and Nvidia out of the water. There's no comparison with silver's RSI only around 65. This move may have more to run, and $60 is now firmly on the table before a correction. I expect that correction to be brutal. But if we spike to 60, then the sell off to around $50, that level may well become the new support, as many folks in the comments and chat have alluded to in recent weeks. Yeah. All right, we shall see. There's a lot of things that can move it at this point. All right. Okay. Dilly Dog says, "Hey Alice, you know what's happening? That's right. To the moon. All right, to the moon. Keep on rising. The excitement is in the air. Anti-social, $60 by the end of the week is in sight. It sure is. It sure is in sight. Chemo 633001, with the higher price, it's time to look for premiums, silver that you can get close to spot as it holds its value if things turn south. That's true. Be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. But remember, premium silver you have to be able to flip and be able to sell. It's a narrow market in that regard. But that is one option. The market is tighter there, but it is an option. Okay. Where are we at? Let's get over here. We've got this from Samwise. Says, I think this is a shallow insight. I think we are looking at today's price by 4 in March. All markets are unstable. Japan interest rates, big problem. Silver is still underbought. The rate of creation is lower than demand. Simple as that. Well, it's not always as simple as that, because we've been seeing that for the last 5 years, and silver is just now really breaking out. Remember, it's not a shallow insight because some of the technicals state otherwise. And, for everything that you say is bullish for silver, there's probably just as much that thinks it's overheated. And I talked about some of that there. I don't think you heard it, but But, you know, you could be right too. We'll see. But I don't think it's going to be 4 times by March either. But I talked about March in a previous video. Rodin 6875 says here, I'm thinking there could be a serious problem that we are not aware of. Gold and silver could be attempting to warn us all. The feds don't want us to know. That could be true too. There's a lot of things that are going on that could be markers, canaries in the coal mine, and gold and silver may be one of those things that could be indicating further trouble ahead. However, remember, gold and silver are usually reactionary, more so than proactive as a warning. So I kind of doubt that's the case, but I could be wrong. This kind of time could be different in that regards too. And thank you, PC Coinstar. Let's see what we've got new. Some of these comments here. A lot of comments on this video. Let's get down here to this. Zidin Sklevinsky says, in Serbia, you can buy 1 kilogram of silver for $4,000 at Silver Space. Interesting. Wow. $4,000 for 1 kilo of silver? That's insane. James O'Neill Brown invokes the name of Alan Gold, which we've not seen in a while. He's been kind of quiet. It says, I thought Alan Gold paid Sal to say certain things. Yeah, that's right. I think that's probably, he's my benefactor. And so I only say what he wants me to say. He's the one that controls me. All right. All right. Diamond Stroluvela says, I'm very positive that we will see $100 silver before Memorial Day 2026. All right. We'll see. We'll see if it happens. We'll keep an eye out. It'll be very interesting to see if it continues to rise. There's got to be a top somewhere. But people get very, very bold and confident when the bull run continues like this. But me, not so much. I'm trying to be as more realistic, or not, maybe, or just more apprehensive, I guess. I'm cautiously optimistic, but anyways. Ray Gilgrath says, I don't play with paper unless I'm building a fire. That's what's coming in the corner, COMEX. All right. We should say the higher the price goes, the more stress it does put on the COMEX, the LBMA, and all the short positions out there. It really does. It is something else. All right, let's see here. We've got Paulo Sasso. I love physical metals, but beware. Getting top dollar out of them is a bigger chore than you think. You're exactly right. 60 will soon be the new 50. All right, Silver Sleuth, that could be. Yeah. And 50's now the new 40, but we're closer to 60 than we are to 50 at this point with the price. All right, RC exploits, rather. They probably moved because of the new major Wacko Mamdami. Yeah, I don't think that's it, and I don't think they moved. We've not heard anything more on this story since it was speculated by the original source of this story. But anyways, all right, let's see here. What do we have here with World Money Wins on this video about silver's reckoning in March of 2026. Great job, Sal. I cannot say if the outage was planned, but it came at a very convenient time, yes. And I would say any kind of time there's an outage in the silver market, people will say it's convenient. But yes, with the price going up and continue to climb up, and then boom, that happens. And then it does seem coincidental in many different ways. Yes, indeed. All right. All right, let's see here. All right, we've got Peapod here, Pamela Rice. I feel a palladium style market, bull market coming for silver. There's a perfect storm for everything in the offing. I have no need to sell. I don't want to sell. I'd much rather wait for higher, much higher. There you go. So she thinks that's going to move kind of like what palladium did. It very well could. It very well could. All right, let's see. And let's see here. We've got Plika Star says $60 silver is in sight. Yep, it sure is. It is in sight. We've got Casebert says, yeah, well, the shenanigans at the COMEX continues to fail. Yep, every time the price rises, the shenanigans fail. The shorts do. Breathe, sow, and slurp. We're going to do that. We're going to breathe, and we're going to slurp right now. It's 59.15 now. Probably at the futures market is probably where that is. The Mashman may see 60. I would be surprised if it's not 65 by Friday. Okay. And we are this comment. He says, your videos are okay, sort of. Here's a harsh constructive criticism. You talk too much. Try not to be such a prattling on and on of hot air. Get to the point and effing say it and be done. Yeah, we all know it's a new high. No need to blah, blah, blah to death. Shouldn't it be a 3-minute video or even a short video? Because what the hell do you pontificate that couldn't have been said in a short video? Well, David, if I would have done a short video that's 3 minutes, you would say, you're just talking gibberish. You could have said the same thing in 30 seconds. You should do a 30-second video. Then I do the 30-second video, and you say, well, you mumbled. You're just going talking too much hot air, which you could have said in 30 seconds. You could have said in 15 seconds. And then I'll do a 15-second video, and you'll come back and say, oh, you just went crazy with all this stuff. You should have just said, you could have just wrote it down in a post. And then I should just shut my YouTube channel down. And then I'll just put something on Facebook or X where there's a limited number of characters. Would that help you out there? I think really, David Gantz, the problem is your attention span is not there. Yes, sometimes I do talk a lot in the videos. I'm trying to narrow it down to some degree, but you're not very specific. It's not constructive criticism if you don't get specific as to what I'm saying. Did I repeat myself or something? You know, you're all you're doing is just saying things that prattling on a bag of hot air. What does that mean? What did I say that was just prattling on? You got to be specific, or else I'm not going to take you very seriously. So, I think really the problem is your attention span. There's my constructive criticism to you. Listen to what I say in the videos. Sometimes I do ramble in some of the videos because they're unscripted. I know that. I've always known that. But you've got to get to the point of where you think it is. And I did get to the point in the video pretty quickly. And then I talked and discussed different factors and elements of the market. So, anyway, it's up to you. Let's see here. And John Belseth. All bad things come to an end. I prefer God's money to banker's money. Me too. Exactly. There's something very powerful about that, by the way. Having God's money, sound money, that cannot be traced, tracked, and controlled. My thoughts are stay away from high premium items. Yes. Like the Salivate Metal round right now. Don't stack those. Only get one of those if you want one, but they're not for stacking, that's for sure. All right. Thank you, Matt Bittner, for the algorithmic emoticons. We've got Peter Van Shout says, closing in $100 silver in Aussie land. Yeah, it's crazy. In other currencies, it's way above record highs, even when adjusted for inflation in those currencies. Jeff Jarvis, silver fell 1% to 57.42 an ounce. It fell to 57.42. Let that sink in. All right. Yep, that's crazy to think about. You're right. Santa rally. There you go. Silver heights. That's right. It's like a Santa rally indeed. All right. Let's see here. Melvin, my LCD selling constitutional silver below spot. Mine did too. I'll continue buying until spot price comes down. 42 to 46 range. Way to go. Greg Olson. Fingergate, Tradergate, Cooling Gate. The whole system is going crazy. We need a investigation of what happened at the COMEX. We need a thorough investigation of that. Thank you, Lulu Lucky, for the algorithmic confetti. And let's get to this here. I'm so late in the silver trend. Been in debt for the last 6 years. Finally have a bit of cash to play with and bought my first batch of silver from Costco 2 Sundays ago. Costco had 10 ounce for $5.40 in store and online. Woke up Monday to buy and the price went up $5.50. All sold out in stores and online. When I went back in stock, I bought the 21 ounce package for $11.40 on the Costco credit card membership. I get 4% back. Thought about getting 2 sets of 20 ounce bars, but only got 1 set. Regretting that decision now, as it's now up to $12.30. Yeah, I hear ya. Hindsight's 2020, but hang in there. These markets are crazy. COMEX has investigated itself and found normal cooling failures. Okay, normal cooling failures. That needs to be an independent investigation with the CFTC, I think, or some other organization. That with trade, it's not just commodities that were affected by this at all, but they should be involved in the investigation. I really do strongly feel that. Roja says silver will shoot up pretty fast and pretty aggressively. Well, and it has been doing that, and it could continue. I'll leave that as a possibility. With a 6-year deficit, shortage of physical in the COMEX and LBMA, and 100 years of silver price suppression, 401 paper contracts of physical, multiple countries making it a strategic metal, and panic of the CME shut down with an overheating excuse as a low volume trading day with multiple backups. The Western retail market hasn't even taken notice yet. I don't see anything but a very, very big upward move in the near future. Understandable. Remember, what we're seeing play out could be the result of everything you mentioned and more. And so that's why they're thinking it could be overheated, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Could be right. Smart Stacker. I like everything about your channel, except that you get paid to advertise for big online dealers. Well, I will say that Summit Metals is probably a pretty big dealer now. They're growing. They're one of the fastest growing dealers out there. And but anyways, the honest and best advice to go to your local coin shop for bullion products. You'll get a better price, not wait for shipping, and there's no paper trail. Well, Smart Stacker, you are not paying attention to what I say in my videos, because, and you didn't even pay attention to what I said in this video. In this very video that you just watched, I showed you a dime bag. Got the bag right here, full of constitutional dimes that I got from, wait for it, my local coin shop. And I always tell people to shop at their local coin shop, and even right after I mention my sponsor, which is Summit Metals. I'm proud to be sponsored by Summit Metals, and I'm only sponsored by one big online dealer. That's it, and they have no problem with me talking about making relationships with your local coin shop. So Smart Stacker, you're not paying attention to what I say. So I hope you will listen to this response, and I would love to hear your response to it. Anyways, so there's that. All right. And by the way, just because I'm sponsored by a dealer does not mean that it's part of my contract. I'm to continue the way I've always done. I've not changed anything I've said since I was sponsored by a dealer. They pay me to be myself and to not hype up silver or any other metal or anything like that. And they also don't pay me to tell you to go buy from them either. Yes, you should buy. I mean, if you're going to buy, you should look at all different sources and consider Summit Metals. I'm putting them in front of you, not only from my own experience, which I have tested anonymously, by the way, their service, and found it to be exquisite, but also to shop around and see what's the best deal. But yeah, so if you're going to buy, consider Summit Metals. That's basically it. But there's times to buy and there's times not to buy either. And I'm not going to tell you to buy when you probably shouldn't buy. All right. Anyways, Pamela Hammeyer says here, it would be a huge mistake more than it would be big news. Yes, I think so. Well, that would make it big news, by the way, for sure. Shrike says, people still can't comprehend how badly the global currencies have been debased. Gold and silver are taking back their financial and economic powers. Yeah, it can't get any worse than that, the debasement. The only thing that can get worse than debasement is inflation. And I know some people may consider that a form of debasement, but you can't get any more debased than not connected at all to precious metals. All right, let's see here. And let's peruse through here and see what we've got. The next few comments as we march on. Eric L. 452 says this: the markets are being jerked around by options and computer trading. It doesn't seem organic at all. Bitcoin is probably the worst. It was down around $5,000 in 10 minutes yesterday and up about $4,000 in 15 minutes a day. I don't like this volatility. I've seen this before and it doesn't end well. I was a stacker as a kid, teenagers in the 70s, and I had a front seat to the 1979-80 rally. I sold out in January 1980 at $42 an ounce. Wow. You cashed out at a good time. That was the best time to sell precious metals, just to sell your silver. That's pretty amazing. All right. All right, there you go. Crusty White Bread has found it. Nice, very good. Great, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you. He heard my response and found it. That was quick, Crusty. I don't know if Krusty's still here, but that was amazing. Thank you, sir. Willa says thanks, Dal. Although my name is Sal, but we'll take it. Either way you shape it, we'll take it. Let's get down here. We've got the Ripper 931. I was expecting a crash to come soon on the spot price. It's taking off like a rocket. This is insane. It sure is. It's nuts. Sal, look at silver now. Yes, indeed. It is going like gangbusters. It sure is. Still buying, still holding. Got a dragon, too, to help guard it. Nice. Very, very nice. When will the silver squeeze start? It's a continual squeeze at this point. Algorithmic emoticons from unaffiliated. Thank you. Appreciate that. Reno, only a silver virgin that started buying in the last year thinks silver's going to $200, $300 an ounce. Yeah. A lot of people getting a lot of crazy calls for silver in the comment section and other places too, but don't fall for it. Scott, may I suggest listening to this? He seems to describe the COMEX outage. Some level. All right, yep. And but I think probably until there's anything official, everything is going to be speculation. But unless they're kind of highly involved. But anyways, all right. Let's see here. Let's slurp some more. We're almost done with this coffee. And the little cinnamon bits are at the bottom. Okay. Silver Surfer. Okay, we'll just heart that one. Let's see here. Winner chicken dinner for us. It says Zorax Audio for silver. And we've got 21 Azuri. Currently approaching $82 in Canada. I'm old enough to remember when a friend said, "Why are you buying silver? Going to make someone candelabras?" It was $14 an ounce US at the time. Yeah, who's laughing now? Crazy. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Shrike is here with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Looks like I missed my comment response. If you rewind a little bit, you'll hear it. But thank you, Shrike. I appreciate it. I forgot what your comment was now. I'm going through them pretty quick. But thank you so much for that. We'll roll that over if there's another super chat. Very cool. And Colt did his first Summit Metals purchase last weekend. We'll see how they do. I have bought local shops in JM Bullion before. Thanks. Well, thank you. I hope you have a good experience. Just remember, if you pay by check, there's a holding time for the check. But once the e-check clears, then they ship it out pretty quick. But I hope you have a good experience. That's awesome. Congratulations. All right. Very good. Let's see here. And let's see. All right, Dean, have a good night, my friend. Thanks for popping in here. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you, Dean R. Okay, we've got the Silver Honda who drives a blue Honda. Paid off blue Honda. He has never paid $33 each for my American Silver Eagle. Those of us who paid approximately that much with today's current spot price, we will make a small profit if we sell them. That's true. Silver has certainly outperformed inflation by a mile, by every measure. It's crazy. This year, it's been a wild to see. All right. Very good. Okay, Smart Stacker is here. I hope he rewinds and listens to my response to his comment. If I'm remembering the right one, I think I refreshed it. But yeah, rewind a little bit and hear my response to your comment. A Smart Stacker. Okay, Justin Savingsall says here, cheapest I've ever paid for silver was $6, and that was the premium. Wow. $6 with the premium. Something. Oh, yeah. Matt. A lot of people misinterpreted this video. I think a lot of people just read the title and commented on this video. Just the word devil and silver put together. It triggered a lot of people. It triggered a heck of a lot of people on this one. All right. Matt says, gold is many times more devilish than silver. Look at the prices, the way people are around gold, and now the infamous gold rush. Not fair to label it that. Precious metals are precious metals. Not hating, just saying. Or how about platinum? It's rare, many times more expensive than silver. Devil's metal, yeah. Well, and I think it's a trading thing with the futures and the people that buy the paper variations of it. They get confused and frustrated about it, and I think that's where that term comes from there. Okay, thank you so much, Michael K. My blessings to Donna, prayers for her and for you. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you very much. All right. All right. Let's see here. Got a chaser now. Have to swallow these granules. And let's see here. The ZFIL says the average U.S. home is around 7,800 ounces of silver right now. That doesn't seem outrageous. Currently, $423,102. That really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? You measure the value of a home by the ounces of silver it would cost to acquire it. Pretty wild. Yes, indeed. Sure is. All right. Get my mouse back here. Let's see here. I've got. And Matt Wingy is here. And Carrie Tarrant is still with us. BA is here. Bought 20 ounces at the top of the market. Wow. All right. Gus Feld says, I love you, Sal, but the mask is getting ripped off the COMEX. Yes, it could be. I tell you what, every time the price goes up, it puts pressure on them, doesn't it? It does put pressure on them. At least for the short positions there. Rob the Stacker says, I still have some 10-ounce bars that I paid $75 for. Wow. That is awesome. Pretty amazing. And Jake, just caught myself saying quit shilling out loud. Well, I don't know. I'm glad you caught it, but you typed it in anyway. But you're not going to get any shilling here on this channel. Silver Pug, spot price for silver, $58.59. Yep, it's going up. Silver still the better buy over gold. Well, adjusted for inflation, you're right. But remember, silver's been climbing at such a rapid rate. Be prepared for a pullback. That's right. Yep. ZFIL, excellent point. Silver's not the only thing COMEX is accused of manipulating. Beef, cattle, corn, etc. Exactly right. Exactly right. That Big Short, what happened to CME comment? Yeah. I just had watched The Big Short again very recently and thought to myself, man, that sounds like the CME shut down. when they was talking to the Goldman Sachs people that just conveniently went out. This is why it needs to be investigated. Now, I don't think that this in particular was the reason why it shut down, but it could have been. It could have been. I don't rule anything out. But it was a third party where this was being hosted in Illinois. A lot of things could have gone wrong, but anyways. All right, Shrike says here. All right, says that's what I do. I explain everything in terms of gold and silver. A gallon of gas is less than a silver dime. Your McD is a silver half. Furniture is an ounce of gold. If you can start to think that way, you would really start to see what the true value of things are. Excellent, Shrike. And with that, with the other 2 spot, I'm going to give you 7 push-ups. Well said. I love the way you think. And I need to condition myself to think more that way, too. I can do that with gas and suits and some things, but I think that's a good thing. So let's give you 7 push-ups. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Here we go. Here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. All right. Nice, nice. Oh, yeah. Very good. Let's get over this way. Let's refresh and see if we have anything else that's popped in over the last minutes here. That over guy, 1937, says, I have no idea why anyone would choose ETFs. Like he said, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. Well, and I think it's because very low fees to trade, and it exposes them to the price, especially if you're working through an E-Trade account or a Ameritrade or whatever platform you have, Robinhood. You can just move money in and out of stocks into SLV or GLD anytime you want. It's convenience, essentially. That's why you do it. Convenience. But anyways, very good. All right, let's see here. Good to see Vertical Stacker. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. THS is here. Thomas Sanders says here, I never once get the vibe that Sal is shilling for anyone, Summit most of all, and they are a fine company. I trust them completely. I was a Chicago cop for many decades to believe anything legit happens here. In the end, the bottom line is that for many years of production, not keeping up with demand, higher prices and shortages. For such a critical metal, silver is a natural for government shenanigans. Its military-industrial complex, important rivals oil. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Tom Sanders, and thank you for your kind words, especially as somebody who was an officer of the law. Thank you for your service, and I always hold people who serve in law enforcement in high esteem and regard. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that very much. David the card collector says, so when silver takes a big hit, they can walk away from the loan. Looks bad for silver. Yes, I tell you, it'd be very interesting to see how that will play out. I don't know. That's why they're not. It's tougher for them right now because they have to. Their short positions on silver, if it goes in the opposite direction, they are left holding the bag and they have to pay it back. So they're under obligation to. All right, the only advantage to having ETF over physical is playing the gold-silver ratio and flipping from one to the other when the ratio is right. You can't view it as actually having gold or silver through, though you just try to make a decent paper profit to make your physical purchases cheaper. Yeah, that's exactly right. The physical gold to silver ratio, trading that is mostly done online or electronically. Thank you, Rod Panhard. And let's see here. We have got Richard Metcalf with this. Physical all the way. I find it interesting that certain family members that told me I was dumb for buying silver and gold years ago are now wishing they had joined me in my stacking adventures. I love saying I told you so. Yep, exactly. And and that's just it. I think part of this price boom, the reason why many of us are so excited is we feel vindicated that silver is finally having its day. But remember, it's still got a ways to go to get an all-time high when adjusted for inflation. And also remember that we're in the middle of a massive rally right now. And it's going meteoric. I mean, it literally is kind of going to the moon right now in many aspects. And usually that has an opposite reaction. Usually these big, massive, quick moves up, there's a correction, and it can be a very, very big correction. And I do feel something like that is coming to some degree. What that will look like on the other side, I don't know. My guess is probably above 40 and maybe a little bit below 50 might be the range of where the correction will be, but we'll see when it gets there. Gitmo Joe, geographic gold-silver ratio is 61. It's actually, I've never heard it that low. It's really in between 7 and 9 to 1. But that puts silver above $700 an ounce in current gold price. That's true if you use the geographic or the mining ratio. But remember, that is, or the amount of silver versus gold in the Earth's crust, or above ground silver compared to above ground gold. But that is not how it's measured with price, ever, ever. And it never will be by the markets. Completely different markets, and we should never use that as an argument why silver is undervalued. Never, ever, ever use the mining ratio or previous fixed ratios or physical ratios of the metals to compare to what the prices should be. And there's one reason why you shouldn't do that. Platinum. Platinum. Platinum is 15 times rarer than gold, and it's less than half the price of gold right now. And it's been like that for years. And hardly anybody is saying that the platinum market is suppressed. 100 Acre Wood says physical is great, but I use the ETFs to park additional larger savings amounts so you can run out of space for stacking silver sooner than think. Gold, not so much. Yes. And 100 Acre Woods, you make a good cogent argument to diversify with ETFs in that amount. And that's why I haven't quite gone there and say, hey, you should get out of ETFs. But I'm telling you, if you run out of space for physical silver, then buy gold. Buy gold. Buy physical gold. And gold, you're right, gold not so much. Get physical gold. The dollar is smoldering and in no danger of losing its ember. All right, there you go. It's, I guess, one way to put it, for sure. All right. Feels like silver's on a rocket ride. Hold on and keep stacking. With the key word being hold on with a diamond fist. Well said. Excellent point, Sal. Diamond fist, baby. That's right. So we got to have. You're right. Carrie Tarrant says, it's amazing how my silver and gold have doubled in price since I originally started. Almost tripped on some. It pays to hold on tightly. Indeed, it does. I don't know what happened there. It's weird. Gold and silver stackers are winners. Indeed, we are. And really, no matter the price, we're still winners. Even if the price falls back, $10, $12 for silver, we're still winners. Michael Franks, I find it odd that banks went to the Fed for cash at the same time the CME was down. They seem to be getting bailed out for their bad trades. I had not heard that. That's news to me. Interesting. Now, there is some repo I think that goes on behind the scenes, and some of that can be happening more. And then maybe that's what you're talking about, the repurchase agreements. But that happens, it seems like in a time of leading up to quantitative easing, that tends to happen. We saw that happen in 2019, and again, I think last year, there was some of that. Voss 1149 says here, I'm happy I started buying silver when I did. It might not have been the lowest price. It was probably the lowest price, but it was ever going to be again. All right, very good. Yes, maybe so. Silver said to gold, the other precious metals, hold my beer. That's right. Universal vibes. All right, folks. Hey, we had a good run tonight. I got to get to work on tomorrow's video. The work never stops, but you guys are great. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Your time is precious, and I appreciate that you spend some here with me. Thank you for all of those who super chatted If you want to salivate metal round, the link to it is right above here in the chat. CCT is posted. It's also in the description of this very live stream. So have a wonderful evening, everybody. Keep your feet on the stars. Keep reaching for the ground. Take care, all. Good night.